What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 4. And yo, this episode was also, once again, really fun. This episode was awesome. We finally, people started to learning what they wanted to do for the sports, not sports festival. Although, you know, that arc was pretty cool, but no, there will not be no one-on-one matchups, no tournaments, and this one, ladies and gentlemen, this is the schools festival. We also got introduced to, I'm assuming you are going to be, the quote-unquote villains of this arc, even though I don't really think there could be that much of villains, or at least I don't think these guys are going to be that much of a threat. They're going to be this huge threat that Izuku and the guys are going to have to stop everything, and they're going to invade, the school festival, and everyone's got to start, fighting. We might get that, but I don't see it. I think they might just be something as more of a side thing for the cops. For the police characters in the series that we might see. Maybe they'll interject themselves with Izuku and the guys. And we also speaking of Izuku, there was actually something really funny that happened with Izuku when he met up with Eri, and probably why a lot of people, for whatever goddamn reason, just call him Deku instead of just call him, Izuku, which we'll talk about that when we get there, man. But yeah, overall, really fun episode, and yeah, also guys, you guys might have known, Hiroaka's, or Horikoshi, is once again in hot water! Unfortunately, because of Jackass on social media, they're on his ass about the birthdays of characters. I am probably actually going to do my whole separate video on that one, because I think it's worthy of that, and you guys can just see me bitch and complain about the Hiroaka fandom once again, which I've done, which I think I've made that kind of a thing on these reviews. I bitch and complain about the fandom while praising the series. So yeah, if you guys are looking forward to that, want to check that out, there you guys go. I might record that later today, and you guys might see it on Sunday, you guys might not, I don't know. But I'll probably do a separate video on the whole birthday fiasco. Either way, anyway, let's just jump right into this episode. So we start this episode off with the usual, 80% of the population, of course, yada yada yada, which I don't think we've actually seen this since, the first or second episode, so actually while I was watching the episode, I was thinking to myself, wait, did I download the right episode when this started playing, because we didn't really see it before, but anyway. Afterwards, we have Izuku saying it's October, and that, now, right about now is when we start to get something that a lot of schools have to deal with, or a lot of schools probably have, which is the school festival, as I mentioned earlier. And before we get to that whole stuff with the school festival, we actually see Mina doing some stretching. Before she just starts dancing, she's doing the two-step. Before then, she just flips in the air and then just starts straight up breakdancing. And I will lie, guys, I mentioned this before in some of my earlier reviews of the series. When we those Kirishima-focused episodes back around the beginning. But Mina is really starting to grow on me. I really kind of liked Mina, but I was always kind of indifferent to her. I was cool. I like the fact she wanted to be called Alien Queen, a reference to the Alien movies, which you guys know me, I love Alien. I'm more of a Predator guy myself, or at least in terms of design, but in terms of quality of film, I definitely prefer Alien over the Predator movies. But in terms of design, overall creature, I'm more of a Predator guy myself. But anyway, after that, after she starts breakdancing and Izuku mentions, I don't know if he's reading off his notes. This probably has detailed notes on everybody in the class. But he says that how Mina's probably the reason she can fight so well is probably because of her dance, because her hobby, and she probably uses her whole body in her movements. So, you got that, and then you got Oyama mentioning that he hasn't forgotten about the time where her acid kind of burned through his cape, and what happened at the sports at the sports festival, what happened with his pants, when he kind of got his pants dropped and she uppercutted him. So yeah. So he's I've never forgotten those. And then you get back then you get to Aizawa. He tells them that that they have this that they're doing the school festival, and everyone's I forget what the X word they said. I think it's called Schoolnet. Schoolnet, I think is what you call which standard for, which was like a short version of super normal super normal school event. That's pretty much what it is. When they have something normal where it's not something huge like the school festival, as among some of the other ones. So that was kind of fun. So then he mentions how that And then Kirishima comes in and he's like, hey man, is this really a good idea for us to hold this event after everything that's gone down, man? And Kaminari, I almost forgot about this one thing about Kaminari. I gotta bring this up because it comes back later on in the episode. But Kaminari, while Mina is breakdancing, then she tells Izuku, like, hey man, I'll teach you. She says it completely in English, and Izuku does what I like to call the retarded robot. My god, the man looks like he's like about to have like he's having a fucking aneurysm, along with Aoyama. But he mentions about how, man, it's so cool that you can bring your hobbies into your hero work, and vice versa. Like with Mina and her dancing, or Sato and the baking. And then he mentions of Jiro and the fact that she pretty much had a fucking record store in her fucking dorm. I was like, girl, you doing some fucking side hustling here with how much shit you got there? And Jiro was like, oh no, stuff. She's a little bit embarrassed about this stuff. And then Jiro's Kaminari still going on. And then he's like, and then she keeps on, but then she like fires up one of her ear jacks like mere inches away from him, and that's when she's like, just seriously stop. And then she just walks off, and Kaminari just like looking back and forth like, Nani? Why? So then he tells them that they're doing, and so back to where I was with Kirishima. He tells them that they're going to be doing the school festival, and he says that because that the sports festival is what the hero course looks forward to, like that's their big event. But for the general studies, business, and support, the school festival is for them, and it's really that's what they look forward to, because that's where they can shine. And I believe y'all said this is pretty much just for the school until they won't have like guys from the outside coming in. Then, so he says, he tells him, pick your event, what do you ever want to do for the school festival, and he just falls asleep. He was in a sleeping bag this whole time. And then, so you got Ida and Momo coming in there. Ida tells him, I'm here, let's go. And he just says, give me your ideas by raising your hand. Everyone, of course, is raising their hands. And so Kaminari was first. And the man wanted a fucking maid cafe. Of course he did. So, the man wanted a maid cafe, he goes on about that, he's like, but then, Mineta is like, nah, fam, that's too tame, what we need is a boo, and then it's cut off before he can finish off by Sue locking him up by some ropes and holding him up. Now, if you actually pay attention to the audio, you can hear him say Opie, or like Opie, or something close to Opie. So it's definitely going to be something related around boobs. What? I don't know. Use your imagination if you dare. So then we get just like a rapid fire of everyone else. I'm probably going to miss some of it. I'm probably going to miss some of this. I literally have the episode playing right now just to make sure I don't miss anything. But, okay. Yeah, Uraraka won a mochi shop. Of course she did. Kirishima wanted an arm wrestling tournament. Of course he did. Of course he wanted the arm wrestling. Surprised he didn't offer pro wrestling. I would have popped for that one. And Toru wants a funhouse. I guess she wants to let the fiend in, if you get what I'm saying. Sato wanted a crepe shop. Of course he did. Mina wanted to dance. I'm surprised she didn't offer Dance Dance Revolution, because I know it's pretty popular in Japan. Izuku wanted a hero quiz. What a fucking nerd. And then Ida says, that's so like you, Midoriya. Sue wanted a frog song. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Or it says, let's sing frog song. And that's charming. And then Koda wanted a petting zoo, of course. And so Todoroki wanted a whole handmade soba. Okay? And then you got my boy Bakugo wanting a death match. Yeah, man. Let's bring out the cinder blocks. Let's get some fucking like tables on fire. Let's get the gasoline. Let's get some C4 in here, man. Let's call up the people from Philly and get some ECW peeps in here. And I'm just going off on pro wrestling, man. But yeah, Bakugo wanted an unexpected fight to the death. Of course he did. Hey, man, I would vote for that one. And Tokoyami wanted a feast of the students' darkness. What was it? Like a fest? Yeah, feast of the students' darkness. I don't even know what the hell that means. And Aoyama wanted My Twinkling Show. A fucking course, the fucking narcissist. And then Jiro actually said a skit or something. She never mentioned anything about concerts, at least just yet. And I think it's fun who brings up the concert stuff. And that was pretty much everyone. So then they put them all aboard, and of course, and there's also another one that they added was a study session. You can honestly tell that one was for Momo. Oh, Momo. But yes. Anyway, after all that, they start to eliminate all the ones that are inappropriate or that didn't make sense, or yeah, they pretty much got rid of all the inappropriate ones and the ones that just didn't make any sense. And of course, the death match was left on the cutting room floor. You fucking bastards. And then Bakugo says, if you're just gonna do that, you shouldn't have asked us, you know? So, we also see some other ones. I don't think I mentioned this, but someone also offered takoyaki. So after they eliminate them, like Toru mentions, like, I think this is like, like the public history or whatever it was called, something relating to like history, was pretty boring. And then you see eat a twitch, so that was obviously his idea. They, I think I might have mentioned this already about the study session. They shut that one down, and Mo was like, "Oh, I thought it would help people." She looked all defeated and shit. I'm like, Christ, Momo was like super cute, man. Todoroki, my dude, why don't you make it some moves, my dude? Come on now. But anyway. So after that, everyone just starts talking over each other. You have to tell everyone to quiet down, but they're just talking. And, the bell rings. Aizawa says, if you don't come to a decision by like tomorrow morning, I'll just make it a public lecture. And of course, they don't want that. So, we skip over to like the nighttime. They're still deciding what to do. They go through a couple of the other ones that didn't really make any sense, like the planes probably wouldn't work, keeping it sanitary. Jiro mentions about the funny skit, and then Sayato says, no one really watching amateurs is is very stressful, which it kind of is. I mean, just look at AEW's women's division as well as the main rosters, but I digress. And they just kind of go from there. And then Todoroki comes in there and decides, oh, why don't we just, and he's like, I don't know what it's called, but everyone's always having fun there. And he pulls up a concert. So I'm like, Todoroki, do you seriously not know what the hell a concert is, my dude? Like, come on now. But I digress. So he pulls up the concert, everyone's like shocked that Todoroki's the one that pulled up a concert. I mean, for obvious reasons. And then you got me now like, yo, you're one of those party people? Todoroki says, nah. And that he got this idea from one of their supplementary classes. And then we see a picture of Bakugo and Todoroki doing some disco. So that would have been some hype shit to see. Horikoshi, my dude, why didn't you put that in? Why did you let us see that? But anyway, so they kind of go from there, and then they realize that they should let Jiro kindly be the lead and use her instrument, because we know her room, it was filled to the brim with like instruments and shit. So, and then Jiro's like, she's like embarrassed. She's like hitting her like the jacks of her earphones together. And she's like, mine's just a hobby. I can't tell so they can boast about publicly. And then you got my dude Kaminari being like, oh, was that what that was about earlier today? So then Kaminari comes in there and he's like, mirror interest from Jiro. And he tells her that's awesome that she can play some instruments and that playing around can make people smile. She can use that in her hero work. Which, she can. And so then from there, then Kota gets in there and says, it's cool and all that shit. Then Momo comes in there and is like, oh, I know where you guys come from, but it's just, I'm sure the Yuri shippers are losing their fucking minds right now at this scene. Honestly, you know what, guys, I often shit on yaoi ships because it just make no fucking sense. But I won't lie, if Jiro and Momo were lesbians, I could honestly see that kind of working. So that's like the one ship I will not shit on, because I can actually kind of see it working, low-key. I can actually see it working, but you guys know me. I ship, but like, if you guys don't ship Kaminari with Jiro, I mean, there's something wrong with you. Or Todoroki with Momo, those just make sense. And Jiro, I always love when Jiro and Kaminari are together, man. It always looks cool. But anyway, so Jiro decides, let's do it, and she says it wouldn't be rocking if she didn't, accept after everyone's been praising her so much. So then we get back to the computer, we see kind of like it has autoplay turned on, and we see the shot of this guy with like a mask over his mouth. We then head over back to Izuku and Mirio, and they're going over to see Eri. So once they get there, they say their highs. They're like, "Hey, Eri!" And Togeto actually brought in a fruit basket, so cool for him. And we get a little flashback where Aizawa says that she wanted to see Izuku as well as Togeto. That was like her first request, and she wanted to know how they were doing after everything went down. So then she goes on and asks that she didn't actually know what Izuku's name was, because he knew a little million, but he didn't know what his name is. So he introduced himself, Izuku Midoriya, my hero name is Deku, and he says that Deku might be is shorter, so it might be easier to remember. So she says, I'm Deku, Which I think might actually the reason why everyone, for some unknown goddamn reason, always calls Izuku Deku. Because no matter where I go, I swear to God, me and Chibi are, and I don't know if Buffer never, but I swear to God, me and Chibi are like the only like 2 people on YouTube that actually still calls Izuku by his names. Maybe Tekken does too. I'm not sure. I don't watch his videos that much. But yeah, like legit, I go everywhere. Everyone calls him Deku, 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 Deku. James calls him Deku. Like, you know, everyone calls him Deku, and it's legit starting to infuriate me, guys. I'm not gonna lie, like it's legit starting to infuriate me. I'm like, his name is Izuku, goddamn. Even on like on official shit, like when on Funimation's Twitter when they were showing off the cast members for Hero Rising for the dub and the sub for Izuku, they call him Deku there too, and I'm like, Izuku, goddamn it. And Justin Briders called him Deku. I'm like, his name is Izuku. Goddammit! So yeah, that's starting to annoy me a bit. But anyway, so that might be reason. If you guys actually know if you guys know, think of a better reason, please tell me in the comments because I would love to know why everyone calls him Deku. That's legit. I mean, I was guilty of that too in season 3 and season 2, but hey, at least I started calling him Izuku. But anyway, I digress. So anyway. So afterwards, they kind of, so she wanted to see Izuku. They go on for a bit, and then she says that, you know, that they wanted to see her smile again, and then we see Eri legit try to smile, and it's both cute and heartbreaking at the same time. On the one hand, it's cute because she's like struggling, she's like pulling on her face to do it, but it's heartbreaking because she legit then asks Izuku after she fails. She says, "How do you smile again?" It's heartbreaking because she spends so much time in pretty much just sheer misery and torture and in fear with Overhaul that she legit forgot how to smile, and the girl's only 6. So or maybe 5. I don't know how old she is actually right now. I checked the wiki a while ago, and she said it was 6. But I know the manga's like way ahead in the end. But anyway, so she's like 5 or 6 years old. So it was a bit hard. So it's also heartbreaking at the same time. And I love the visual where Izuku says that how she hasn't really truly been rescued at all because the shadow of Overhaul still hangs. I love the visual they had of Eri kind of just sitting there on her knees and with her hands on her legs, and you just see the looming shadow of Overhaul kind of like grasp her, kind of put her hands around her. It looks really cool. I like that visual. So props to Horikoshi for that. And so they decide, and Izuku's trying to figure out how do we make her smile again, and you know, how we get her to find her smile. So then Izuku remembers where Aoyama told him about, like, oh, you know, surprises. So he goes over to Aizawa and says, you know, hey, can she leave the hospital for a day? And he says it's not possible. And then he says, can she come with us? And Aizawa starts to realize, like, oh, okay, I think I know where you're going, Izuku. And he asks him, you know, can we bring her to the school festival? She asks Togata what the school festival is, and Togata says, you know, it's a festival at the school where everyone's selling food and stuff. And I love the look on Ari's face when she's just like, I swear, this is giving me mad Erase vibes. If any of y'all remember Erase with Kaio, how many of y'all remember this scene when she first got that first home-cooked meal and she started crying after she got flashbacks to only getting like a sandwich, cup noodles, or just some yen? Remember that? Your boy fucking felt that when he was watching Erase. So I'm kind of getting some fun. It's not as heartbreaking because, you know, Eri ain't crying, and I don't know if she's going to start crying when she gets to the school festival. She might, I don't know. It might start to hit a bit if it does, man, because Erase was like an amazing series. But anyway. So she's like, oh, she's like in awe of what to sing, and then and then she starts drilling when he says that he talks about the candy apples, how that they're apples that are even sweeter. I've never had candy apples before in my life, but then again, I don't live in Japan, or I've really been to like festivals like that. But anyway, so then he says that he's off on school during this time, so she can watch over her on our date. Yes, she legit calls it a date. Read the subtitles, it says that. And I'm like, fam, she's 6! Obviously, I'm joking, and obviously didn't mean like that. But then again, in my defense, Togata did not do much to improve to help his case. Because then she asks her what's a date. And he says, oh, it's an outing between a man and woman who are intimate. He legit says intimate. I'm like, bruh. And Izuku's like, Togata, what the hell are you saying, man? I'm like, yeah, you can go up with you, brother. Like, do you hear yourself, Togata, man? You send me mixed signals here, man. Do you send me like children? Like that, man? But anyway. So after that, we go back to the police station on this YouTube video. I'm just gonna call it a YouTube video because that's pretty much what it was. A YouTube video, like I mentioned before, of what I'm assuming are going to be like the villains, and I use villains in like huge air quotations of this arc. And these guys are like if you took Snowball from Spider-Man PS4 and just Spider-Man in general, and just remove all of the Logan Paul shit. That's essentially what these two are. So with the police, so the dude's like, "Oh, police!" He's like, "Chief, the video has been released," and it's the police chief we saw back in season 2 with the dog head that says "woof" at the end of the sentences. It's like, "Oh, even though we cannot, we find no clue. Woof. Play the video. Woof." And so they play the video, and he's like, "Aha! I am committed," and they're at like a random convenience store. He's like, "Aha! I am committing a robbery." And this dude like has a very old school villain vibe off, like something you would see in a movie from probably like the 30s, mustache and everything. He even got the music and everything. So he's like, "Aha! I am committing a robbery. Put the money in the briefcase." He's like, "Oh, you're the guy from the you're the guy that's from YouTube." He didn't say it, but I'm paraphrasing. Like, "Oh, you're the guy from YouTube." He's like, "Aha! Yes, indeed. Put the money in the bag, and please put them in 1,000 yen bills and stacks of 10. He's like, "That is very specific." Fills it up and leaves. Heroes pop up, and he's like, "Oh," and you got the girl that's behind the camera, La Gento, or La Brava, excuse me. He's like, "La Brava." It's like, "Huh, La Brava, do you think 2 heroes can stop me?" Out comes 3 more, making it 5. He's like, "Ah, well, shit. La Brava, I know, Chief, I know, Gentan." Cut this part. Next thing you see him, the building is moving around and everyone else is out. He's like, "Uh-huh." And then she asks her, like, "Yo, you left the money." He's like, "Uh-huh. No, I didn't. I was paying the, I think he said it called like an appearance fee, I think was what it was called." And that's when they just walk off into the sunset, and that's where the video ends. We head over back to them on top of the rooftop, and she's like, "Ah, we're not getting the views! God damn it! We need to start filming the corpses now!" Obviously, she didn't say all that, but I just felt like throwing that in there. So she's complaining about there not being views, and he's like, and he just starts pouring some tea. Because of the wind, it's like legit not even hay in the cup. It's just going off, and he just keeps rising it more and more and more. It starts to hit her, and it hits his like clothes, but he just doesn't care. And he's going on about like that scheme will appear, and this is when it switches back to Izuku, Eri, and Togata, and that scheme will appear soon, and that's and then it hits him in the eye, and that is where the episode ends. So yeah, overall, this episode was awesome. Got some more setup with Jiro and everything, and it looks like next time we're gonna see Bakugo on the drums next week. So your boy will probably do a reaction to that one, just to see my man Bakugo just rocking out the drums. That was some hype shit in the PV, so it should be even better once we get into the actual episode, and it'll probably just be a fun episode in general. I'm definitely intrigued by these new characters we got in there with Gentle Criminal and Lava Bravo. So, yeah, I'm intrigued with this arc. I'm definitely intrigued with these new villains are. I don't even know. I'm putting that in massive air quotes. And yeah, so overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9.5 out of 10, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag links in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too bad.